So what if I told you that the same mindset that made Michael Jordan unstoppable can also set you up for success as a first generation entrepreneur or business leader? Well, Tim Grover, the man that trained Michael Jordan, Dwayne Wade, Kobe Bryant, wrote a book called Relentless, breaking down what separates the greats from the average. And I read this book and I realized something, that the same principles about winning can be applied to aspiring and current first generation entrepreneurs and business leaders. Welcome to First Gen Kev, where I aim to empower aspiring and current first generation business leaders by sharing actionable insights, proven strategies, and authentic experiences. We don't come from a family of connections, insider knowledge, or an easy roadmap to success. However, what we do have is the ability to be relentless, to outwork the competition, to own every situation, and to never give up. So today, I'm going to break down the 5 lessons that Tim Grover writes about in his book, Relentless, and how they can help you as an aspiring or current first generation entrepreneur or business leader. Lesson number 1, embrace your inner cleaner. So Tim Grover classifies people into 3 categories. Firstly, callers. They do their job, but never more than what's expected. You then have closers. They're able to perform under pressure, but only when the situation is ideal. And then you have cleaners. They are unstoppable. They don't make excuses or wait for permission. They get the job done no matter what. Michael was a cleaner. Kobe was a cleaner. Now think about this in terms of business. Cleaners own everything. They don't need constant motivation, and they don't blame circumstances. They adjust, adapt, and execute. Now, how I applied this in my career is that I started to think like a business owner. So I would volunteer for projects that nobody else wanted to do. I'd figure out solutions that nobody asked for. And when you start thinking like a cleaner, people notice, and they start giving you bigger opportunities. So start thinking like a business owner, no matter what level you're at. Lesson number 2, trust your instincts. So Tim Grover says, the greats don't second guess themselves. Now, what does this mean? Well, they trust their gut, they take the shot, and they bet on themselves. Now, early on in my career, I was in a comfortable role in a big team. Then an opportunity came up to move and work with a senior director directly. This was risky because a smaller team meant no safety net, and also there was no fallback option. But I trusted my gut, and I trusted my instincts, and I took the leap. And this changed the entire trajectory of my career. So don't wait for certainty, because you'll always be a step behind. Sometimes your gut is your best business advisor. Lesson number 3, thrive under pressure. Tim Grover says, pressure doesn't crush champions, it reveals them. Michael Jordan didn't just handle pressure, he thrived in it. Now, how did I build this mindset? Well, during my career, I took on a commercial finance leadership role, and I had 0 finance background. And as part of this role, I had to present financial results and also do business reviews. Now, don't get me wrong, I had a huge finance function supporting me, but I didn't say, I don't know finance, so I'm not going to do this role. Instead, I spent nights and weekends learning everything I could about finance. And so when it came to actually presenting to senior management and to C-level management, I wasn't nervous, I was prepared. So don't run from pressure, seek it, because pressure is where leaders are made. Lesson number 4, be the go-to problem solver. Grover says that cleaners take responsibility. They fix problems no one else can. Michael Jordan wasn't just a scorer. He was a defensive force, a playmaker, and a leader. Now, how did I apply this in my career? Well, when I became a chief of staff, the role was vague, and I could have just done the basics, like manage meetings, build reports, and do the general administrative tasks. But I decided to think about what are the biggest problems my boss or the business is facing. And this is when I got involved in looking at how we streamline our operational processes to drive efficiencies, and also how we manage the innovation work that we're doing to drive growth. And by thinking like this and finding problems to solve, I was promoted fast. So if you want rapid growth, don't just do your day job. Find and fix business problems no one else is solving. Lesson number 5. Focus on results. Tim Grover's most controversial idea is that passion isn't necessary, results are. Michael Jordan and Kobe Bryant weren't just obsessed with basketball, they were obsessed with winning. Now, how did this change my mindset? Well, I used to think that you need to love every part of your work. But the truth is, you won't. There's going to be some days where you don't feel motivated, and there's going to be some tasks that are just boring. But what separates elite performers is that they don't chase passion, they chase results. So, for example, I wasn't passionate about finance, but I was obsessed with winning in it. And that obsession led to bigger roles, higher pay, and more impact. So stop looking for passion and start chasing results. What does this mean for you? Well, Tim Grover's lessons aren't just for athletes. They're for business leaders too. So think like a cleaner, trust your instincts, be a problem solver, and be obsessed over the results, because that's what gets rewarded. And if you're a first generation entrepreneur or business leader, you don't have the luxury of connections or shortcuts. But what you do have is the ability to be relentless. And if you commit to that mindset, you will be unstoppable. So if you're ready to level up, hit that subscribe button and let's get to work.